What's up, guys? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please smash that like button on the video and enjoy the show.
No, but the funny thing is, so around 2012, that's when Von's catching his first bodies. And that's when Chief Keef is releasing his first songs and becoming really famous. So Von, during that time, he would often tweet lyrics that Chief Keef was rapping about the streets. And Von would tweet, I'm the real guy doing the stuff Chief Keef's rapping about. So when Chief Keef was talking about O Block, bang, bang, we'll catch the ops, we'll do this and that, we're smoking this and that person, Von was actually doing that stuff. So Von and T-Roy and the people they were rolling around with were the catalyst for what was going on in that hood in O Block that Chief Keef was rapping about. But I think Von took a lot of pride in being the real guy that was doing the stuff that was in the music, right? Like, I think Von... Well, he tweeted it a lot, right? He was like, I'm the real deal. Like, I'm out catching the stuff Sosa's rapping about. That's me. I'm really doing it. And Von even had tweets where he said, Von was so deep in the streets where he would tweet, if you catch me rapping about this stuff, kill me. Like, there's old tweets of Von saying, if I start being a rapper, I need to get my head checked. Like, check me if I start rapping. And then later he starts rapping. No one's checking Von ever, but you know what I'm saying? It's like later on when he actually decided to start rapping, like he's got tweets where he's like, I ain't a rapper. I'm just using rap to make money. I'm a street guy. I ain't into this rap stuff. But that's the ironic thing is, I've said this before, is like, it's actually a crazy coincidence that Von had so much talent for both killing people and rapping. Yeah. He was actually good at both of them things.
That's one way to put it. I mean, he, obviously there was just something very natural there for him to do it. But, the Durk thing also is interesting because Durk's career is fascinating in the sense that he had a little blow up when he was like, in 2012, 2013, like, oh, he's going to become a thing, gets signed to one of the major labels. I forget which one. You said it might have been Def Jam. Recheck that.
I think it might have been. I think that was the deal that he was trying to get out of. But I don't want to get it wrong, but but he had a deal.
Whoever it was, essentially, he was coming up during the Chief Keef time out of the same neighborhood, so he was doing drill rap. That's why he was good. Goes to a label. They try to be like, oh, no, you're going to do like this fun little old school rap songs, and it wasn't good. Deal runs out. He's not even selling like 2,000 units on a drop. Like he was left for dead.
He was down bad, man. Durk was down bad. With the fake relationship with Dej Loaf. Like they were trying anything to get Durk moving back then.
Yeah. So then he comes back. He's on his own. No one signs him, and he's like, "Fuck it. I'm gonna go back to what I know." This is the era where King Von comes up. That also helps him because then King Von obviously like kind of blows up because of his notoriety, and one of the things that's followed around Durk is this whole Von thing where there's all kinds of rumors with Durk being involved in the same in the same world that he was, I should say. And they had a case together, I think in 2018 or 2019 where they were exonerated 19, and not charged. Well, but kinda. But all right, what do you say kinda?
Well, this has always been a big rumor, right? They said at the time that they had there's 4 guys in a car, right, in Atlanta, and someone ends up getting robbed of $20,000 and shot in the leg. And the police are saying they got Durk on camera shooting out of the car, and they got someone else running around on their feet shooting. And, Durk and Von caught that case. They were famously in court together on TV, footage of them in court together in the jumpsuits that was super viral. And Durk and Von weren't allowed to associate with each other after that. So 2019, Durk's kind of put Von on in the industry. They've caught this case together, and they can't even associate with each other.
But they were still doing songs together.
Well, that's the thing. They're doing songs together, but they can't meet up. But there's a few IG lives where you can kind of see that they probably maybe are spending a bit of time together when they shouldn't have been. But anyway, what ends up happening is that case, Von gets killed. That case ends up getting dropped against Durk, and a lot of people have spread this rumor that Durk snitched on Von while he was alive or after he was dead. But when Von died, the case disappeared. And one of the other guys that was in the car was also killed randomly. Now, if you want to be conspiracy theory about that, whatever you want. But one of the guys that was in the car when they end up catching that case got killed in Miami on a random fluky other situation. Other guys, Bezos, obviously a really close friend of Durk's, and Von, who ends up dying, then the case gets dropped. So some people said that, there's been this rumor, and I don't think this is true for the record, but there's been this rumor that people said that song, Why He Told, that Von wrote about snitches, that was about Big Mike. Some people said, oh, that song's really about Durk, because behind the scenes, Durk was finna snitch on Von. Now, anyone that knows Durk ain't snitching on anyone. No one hates rats more than Durk. So I'd say that story's got to be capped.
They also try to. There's rumors out there, and I think they're bullshit, but they try to say like Durk was behind Von being killed.
They say Durk sacrificed Von,
right?
or Durk got rid of Von to make that case go away. Anyone that knows those guys and their relationship, that's obviously never going to be true. Like they were brothers, really. Like they were like brothers.
I think, and I don't know Durk at all. My cousin Matt did live with him for a while back in 2021 doing work for him, and then lived with Moneybag Yo doing work for him afterwards. So he had an amazing experience with Durk, and they just thought he was such a fucking good guy. But from the outside looking in, I want to be careful how I say this, but it seems to me like in a way King Von dying, we'll talk about it, but obviously he was killed, died on the streets that he kind of lived on. I think that was probably like a blessing in disguise for Durk, because they're being around him and having that blow up start to happen when Von came on and Von's doing all the things he was doing, it pulls you into that world that we talked about earlier, that you're like trying to leave, and like there's a part of you that never leaves that, but if you're too much in it, then you actually become involved in it. And what it has seemed like to me since then, again, completely from the outside here, so take it with a grain of salt, is that Durk has now kind of removed himself from that in so many ways and is focused on the music. And 2021, 2022 were great years for him as far as it goes. I mean, that Lil Baby album, the one they did together, The Voice of Heroes, was fucking incredible. But like, it's weird to think about, because it's like a friend of his that died, but his friend was kind of a scumbag. Like, let's call it what it is. He was a total scumbag.
Von was a blessing and a curse for Durk, man, because it's like Von brought that street energy back to Durk when Durk was kind of going mainstream commercial. It wasn't really working for him. Von really brought that gangster energy back around Durk's music, and Durk was able to use his talent, because Durk is incredibly talented with the singing, with the way that he creates melodies and sort of uses the auto-tune, but to also talk about the gangster stuff and the pain music. I feel like Von brought that street credibility back to Durk, even though Durk had been certified from way back. But also, he brought that street energy around Durk's personal life, because they're catching cases together and creating legal trouble, and Durk's having to go and turn himself in. Right. So it seemed like it was a real gift and a curse for Durk. The whole sacrifice storyline that people say about Durk and Von is kind of messed up. That's obviously bullshit. But at the same time, it's like, it does make you wonder, if Von was still alive, he probably would be the kingpin of the FBG Duck hit, and he'd be on the RICO case with all of those guys.
What happened there?
Well, FBG Duck got killed. 5 guys from O Block, 6 guys affiliated with O Block end up going down for the murder, but it's in the legal paperwork that King Von might have put a 100K hit on Duck. He was the ringleader of the thing, but he was dead by the time that the charges actually dropped. But if Von was alive, there's no thing. Maybe they could have tried to wrap Durk up in the thing, because the thing is, Durk was unfortunately hanging around with a lot of those guys that were the killers after it happened. There's shots of Moo-Wop on Lil Durk's jet, and they're hanging out together on the plane after the Duck murder. After the Duck murder, but before the charges dropped, right? So they could have tried to wrap Durk up in it had they arrested Von. Von is the last person you would think would snitch on anybody.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.